Hi, I'm Darren Butler, and I'm the director and the writer of A Fix.
What motivated you to do this film? How
Well,
did
actually, it all stems from about 12, 13 years ago. I was in New York City. I'd taken one of my students up to see Nancy Carson, who owns the Carson Adler Talent Agency in New York City. And while I was there talking and chatting with Nancy, she said, Darren, you really need to write something for the stage or for film that has roles in it for older teenagers because there's so many, there's this in-between age where there's no work for them.
Have you told your mom what you really want to do?
I spent a lot of time on that trip down near South Street Station and walking the streets and all the little churches and the little villages down there. And I started concocting an idea of what if 5 or 6 runaways from all over the country had come to New York City for different reasons, running away from different problems, and they all came together and created their own sort of utopia life there at a small Catholic church called St. Michael's. And when I started working on the story, the very first character that popped into mind was a girl that would have run away for something where she had gone through a metamorphosis herself.
Hi, I'm Juliana Moriello, and I'm playing Piper.
Remember making up.
They're beating me. Piper is a very sensitive girl, and she's dealing with a lot of emotional issues. She has this group of girls that have basically terrorized her for her entire childhood. So she doesn't know how to stand up to them. She's not very strong. Usually she relies on other people to take a stand for her.
So I invented the character of Piper. I have a best friend named Katie, and Piper had been bullied since she was 5 years old. And this would progress over a number of years, and the bullying would get harsher and harsher. And the more I thought about it, I thought Natalie needs to be a real future serial killer, basically. Very, very psychotic. So there came the nemesis, came Natalie Coleman.
She's this Hannibal Lecter type character, which is extremely exciting because I've never played anything close to being mean, and she's just evil, and I love it.
I first met Skye Bartusiak when she was doing The Miracle Worker, the pre-Broadway run in Charlotte, North Carolina. I saw a production of her and Hilary Swank together. And of course, I knew Skye from seeing her in other movies, Don't Say a Word and The Patriot. Been in contact with her mom and her through email back and forth for quite a while. And it was a year ago, actually this weekend that we're shooting the short of A Fix, that I sent the script, the first rough draft, to her mom, and they read it and they loved it. And they were very taken by it and thought, this is our project to work on. That's how I found Skye. Juliana Moriello, who plays Piper, she is a client of Nancy Carson, where this whole story actually started from her insistence of writing something for this age group. So I called Nancy and said, I need a girl. And I described what I needed, and she said, I've got the girl for you.
What would you do?
Be in a place where no one knows me. Get out of here and start over. Stupid, huh?
No, it could happen.
I doubt it. Mom wants me to start working at the paper mill, starting this summer. At least a diploma will get me that.
This is my first film, so that's an exciting step in my career. Mom wants me to work at the paper mill starting this summer. At least a diploma gets me that. I'm in a show called Lazytown, and it's a kids show, so it's very different. It's very music-based, and I dance a lot. So this is more serious and very dramatic and very emotional.
Bridget Lappert, who plays Katie, kind of our protagonist in the story. It's moving Piper's story along. Katie's one of my students here and has done a lot of stage work with me. She was one of my Helen Kellers for The Miracle Worker here.
My name is Bridget Lappert, and I'm playing Katie Hawkins.
Bridget, this is your first film, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have quite a big theater resume, don't you?
I do. I actually didn't start in theater until I was about 9. I was a gymnast for like 36 hours a week, and my father was in the military, and we moved around a lot. And once we moved to western Nebraska, there wasn't any gymnastics, and a friend of mine was like, hey, we're doing a play, and it's called Annie, and if you want to get involved, auditions are, whatever day it was. And I went and I auditioned, and I got the part of Annie, and ever since then I've just been really involved in theater. I've known this character for a very long time. I played this part in the musical version of the sequel to this show. I played it on stage for about 9 months. So I've known this character for a really long time, and I think just having that, I've kind of become a part of her as she's become a part of me. She's very controlling, but not she tries not to be overbearing, but sometimes she's just so worried about protecting her friends that it can come off that way. But she's very maternal and wants to take care of everyone. But towards the end of the film, she kind of loses her grip on that, and everything just kind of falls apart.
How is it different doing a film as opposed to theater?
You get more than one chance to get it right. In theater, it's just go, 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 and if you mess up, you just got to keep going and do your thing. But with this, you get to, try several different ways, and the director's talking to you right there, and he can tell you, that did not look right, and you can try it again. And it's different, but I like it.
Take 6, Mark.
Well, you know what? It's always scary going onto a set when you have a first-time director. But Darren has been amazing, and he's so focused, and he knows what he wants, and everybody's on the same page, and I'm loving it.
You're gonna crush it. Do you know what I do? Do you know what I do? And then,
Okay.
Then boom and crush. I give you a reason to say don't.
Don't. Do you know what I do to people with big mouths? I want to go first.
Hey, my name is Haley Ann Nelson, and I play the role of Bess in A Fix.
Haley Ann Nelson actually saw it, the audition announcement online. Her mom emailed me, and I didn't recognize her name right off. Then I looked her up and realized, of course, I'd seen her in Big Fish, and then, of course, saw her later and Walked the Line. So it was great to get her involved just from the audition process.
My character is one of the 4 main popular girls in the school that don't care about anybody except for themselves, and they're pretty much out to get everyone else.
Hi, my name is Mackenzie Walker, and I'm playing the part of Claire. Claire is she's a follower, definitely. She follows Natalie, and I don't see her as, she doesn't have her own opinions or her own, she just definitely does what Natalie wants her to do.
Hi, I'm Ryan Sims. I'm a co-writer and director of photography of A Fix. I've been working with Darren for nearly 20 years. Originally started with his theater productions, building puppets and costumes. Well, we are filming on location here in Alabama, so we're dealing with the locals here who don't see a lot of film production come through. So they're very interested in what's going on.
Your shots?
Yes.
You killed my best friend.
Don't shoot her. Don't look at me. I didn't do it.
It's great to be here in our home state. We want to bring more film production here to Alabama.
A Fix deals with a lot of teen issues, how teenagers react with each other.
It's basically about peer pressure and all of the conflicts around it.
Darren has written a very real script. It's very intense and emotional, and it portrays the game asphyxiation to the T, because I've had friends who've played it before.
It's basically like Mean Girls meet Mean Creek.
When you look at all the teen movies out there are some that are just campy and fun that you go and you don't have to think about. And there are some that have been very, 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 very serious, like, Boys Don't Cry, Girl Interrupted. Just some beautiful films out there, too. And I wanted to find something that was along more the edgy line. And I wanted to create something that was not a funny depiction of teen life, but I wanted to create something that was a realistic depiction, because unfortunately, all this, even from my imagination, these are things that are happening in our high schools all across the country. There are kids dying from this game. And one thing that led me to the asphyxiation game was an interview on the Today Show with a couple who had lost their daughter to this game, but just purely by accident. She was playing the game, she passed out, and her heart stopped, and they couldn't revive her. And you just think how tragic it is, and that's one of thousands of cases. And I thought this would be a great way to bring awareness to this game that's, it's killing our kids across the country.